President Eisenhower refuses to engage directly with McCarthy. In a letter to his brother, however, Eisenhower explains, as for McCarthy, only a short-sighted or completely inexperienced individual would use the office of the presidency to give an opponent the publicity he so happily
Yvette?
Monsieur, I did not hear you come in. You frightened me half to death.
Is everything ready?
Oui.
Good. Cook?
You called, sir?
Everything on schedule?
Dinner will be ready at 7:30. Sharp.
Splendid. Well, you have your instructions?
Oui.
Good. Good evening.
Good evening. Not sure if I'm in the right place.
Yes, indeed, you're expected, Colonel.
How do you know my name?
It's Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
Well, actually, it's Colonel
I believe it's been recommended that tonight you make use of a pseudonym.
Oh, don't worry about that. I already took an antihistamine before I came.
May I take your coat?
All right, I suppose I should. Whoa!
Not to worry, Colonel. It's just the maid in the hall with the champagne cork.
Champagne?
Oh, don't mind if I do.
This way, monsieur.
Are you expecting somebody else?
Indeed. I'll be with you in a moment.
Follow me, Colonel.
All right.
Do come in, madam. You're expected. Welcome.
Do you know who I am?
Only that you're a socialite to be known this evening as Mrs. White.
Yes. Said so in my letter. But why?
May I introduce you? Mrs. White, this is the maid, Yvette.
Oh,
I see you two know each other.
we've never met.
Champagne?
I think not.
Please, warm yourself in the lounge.
Why? Do I look cold?
A bit. This way, please.
Oh.
Oh, good
Hello.
evening.
Oh.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm rarely pleased to meet anyone. More?
Oh, yes.
Bonjour, madame. Please come in from the lane.
Ah, Mrs. Peacock, I presume.
Who? Oh, yes, that is me.
Cook, will you please take Mrs. Peacock's stole? I see you two know each other.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life.
Champagne?
My lips belong to the Lord.
Please, Mrs. Peacock, make yourself comfortable in the lounge. This way.
Oh, I almost forgot. For you, butler, there's a couple of Benjamins hidden under the caramels.
How sticky.
I expect to be treated like the wife of a...
Hold that thought. The lounge is right that way.
Oh, thank you. Oh my, look at the detail of this molding. This really is a magnificent mansion, isn't it? Oh my, who are you?
Welcome to the party.
This is turning to be quite the crowd.
Is this where you're supposed to meet Mr.
Sit!
Bo-
Oh, no, not you, sir.
Sorry. I suppose this letter has me rather anxious.
Then you must be Mr. Green.
Yes, that's exactly who I am.
Welcome, sir.
Whoa. This isn't at all what I expected.
Well, I find that if you expect nothing, you're never disappointed.
Oh, I'm not disappointed.
Pardon me, sir. Good evening.
Please arrive at 7:30 sharp at Saturday evening. Well, here I am,
Professor Plum.
if you say so.
Well, and I thought I'd seen everything.
Ah, Miss Scarlett. I didn't realize you and the professor were acquainted.
We're not. The bridge was washed out from the rain. My car broke down in this. Professor offered to give me a ride. I didn't realize we were headed to the same place until, well, we arrived.
How was your drive, sir?
It was a long haul.
Indeed, it is a long haul. Then again, it's a very large house. This way, please.
Say, what is this beastly place anyways?
Oh, this old place? This is Body Manor. Appetizers in the lounge. After you.
Hors d'oeuvres. Good, I'm starving.
Funny. Not much of an appetite at all.
My, this really is a party.
Well, greetings all. It truly must be a pleasure for all of you to meet me. Ooh, cocktail.
There are so many of you, I didn't realize.
Right, good then. You're all here. Colonel Mustard,
Present?
Mrs. White,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
That's me.
Professor Plum,
Right.
Miss Scarlet, and Mrs. Peacock.
How do you do?
Greetings. I am Wadsworth, the butler. Tonight, as you may have surmised, excuse me. I apologize.
Is he on time?
Who, sir?
Our host, where is he?
Oh, he'll be here in a moment.
Why are we here?
Well, excuse me a moment.
Lovely weather.
Indeed.
Suppose the host to be here when I arrive.
Dinner was ready, we're starving.
Oh, indeed, indeed. Yes, I believe the dining room should be ready with dinner in a moment. Well, anyhow. Ah, yes. There it is. The cook. We shouldn't keep them waiting.
Dinner. Quite then.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dining room is right this way. Cook can get cranky. You'll find your names beside your places. Please be seated.
Is this mine?
Is that
Has
you?
anyone seen my
Professor
name?
Plum?
If you see my name, you will tell me, right?
Oh, there you are, Mr.
everyone.
Green.
Oh,
Mr.
thank
Green,
you
there
so much.
There you
Mr.
are.
Peacock.
Okay, okay.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. Oh,
Disgusting. Don't touch my stuff.
Tonight, as you may have surmised, none of you are being addressed by your real names. A courtesy your host has provided to ensure your privacy. I suggest you follow his lead and refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. You never know when, well, you'll see.
So, who's our host? Is this where he sits?
All in good time, sir.
Well, what's all this about then, Butler? This dinner party.
Ours not to reason why. Ours but to do and die.
Die?
Merely quoting, sir, from Alfred, Lord Tennyson.
I prefer Kipling myself. Do you like Kipling, Colonel?
Oh, sure. I'll eat anything.
Cook, dinner?
Dinner is served.
Thank you.
What's that smell? Sounds familiar.
Stock's fin soup.
My favorite.
I know. Bon appetit.
Ooh. Oh, this is delicious. Oh, this is yum, yum, yummy, yum, yum. Well, I guess I'll be the one to break the ice. I'll be the one who gets the ball rolling. It is an integral part of my life as the wife of a... Oh, I forgot we're not really supposed to say who we really are, but oh well, I have no idea what we're doing here, but I'm very intrigued, and oh my, the soup is delicious, isn't it?
I know who you are.
You do?
I work in Washington.
Washington. So, you must be a politician's wife, eh, Mrs. Peacock?
Yes, I am.
Who's your husband? Maybe I know him.
Well, he's... Mrs. White, you've been awfully quiet. What does your husband do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
How lazy.
Not necessarily.
Oh, so sorry.
Mr. Green, Mr. Green, Mr. Green. What exactly do you do in Washington?
I'd really rather not say. I like to follow the rules.
Well, if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, we'd all just be sitting here in an embarrassed silence.
Are you afraid of silence, Mrs. Peacock?
Yes, no. Why?
In my professional opinion, it seems that you suffer from what we call pressure of speech.
Is that an official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
I am in psychiatric medicine.
Do you practice?
No. Now I work for the U.S. government.
Ah, another politician.
Not necessarily. I work for you-know-who.
Who?
I work in the United Nations Organization, a part of the World Health Organization.
Ah, you know who. Oh, it's an acronym.
Oh, I had a sister who was a gymnast.
What?
You are a real colonel, aren't you?
Well, of course, I am, sir.
Mr. Colonel, aren't you gonna mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C.?
How do you know that?
Oh, I've seen you before.
Miss Scarlet, does that mean that you live in Washington too?
I sure do.
Does anyone here not live in Washington?
Oh my. Is this about the Red Scare?
I'm not a communist. I'm a Republican.
Wadsworth, we've had enough of this. Where's our host and why have we been brought here?
Speak of the devil. Pardon me.
Hey, I've got an idea.
What's she doing?
Oh, yes, it's thinking, Scarlet.
What are we doing?
You see, the acoustic coupling between the cup and the door allows for sound waves to travel from one end to the other.
All the guests have arrived as expected, sir. We'll meet you in the study. Everything's going according to plan.
He's coming this way.
Delicious. What is this?
For goodness sake, who is at the door? I demand to know what's going on.
Can I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
Yes, please.
Well, in that case, may I suggest that we adjourn to the study for coffee and brandy, at which point I believe your newly arrived host will reveal his intentions. Your letters will be explained, and the game will be afoot. Follow me.
Coffee? Brandy?
Thank you, Yvette. That'll be all.
Well, where's our host?
He's not here. Nobody's here. What's happening?
Cigarette? It'll calm your nerves.
I don't smoke.
Suit yourself.
What is this? For Wadsworth. Open after dinner. It's for you.
Right then, you comfortable?
I make a good living.
Oh, out with it, Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, these instructions are clear.
I'm glad something finally is.
It seems the six of you have all received the same letter. It will be to your advantage to be present on this date because a Mr. Body will bring to end a certain long-standing, painful, and confidential financial liability.
Yes,
What it
precisely.
says,
That's what it
yes,
says.
exactly.
Well, turns out you all have one thing in common.
Oh, that tyrant McCarthy, we're all being blacklisted, aren't we?
Close, Colonel. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable amount of time, all of you have been paying more than you can afford to someone who threatens to expose you.
Expose me? What's someone going to expose me for? I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, lady, don't we all?
Anybody else wish to deny it? Until you'd received your letters, you hadn't known who was blackmailing you. But now, I'm sure that even the least discerning amongst you has determined that the man behind your ransom is Mr. Body himself.
Mr. Body, are you kidding me?
Who is this body fellow, you brutish butler?
Who Mr. Body is no concern of yours. Suffice to say, he's a supporter of the House Un-American Activities Committee. He believes your activities have been decidedly un-American. My task this evening is to expose your secrets to each other, rendering you all culpable in each other's indiscretions.
But we hardly know each other.
Precisely.
Don't you think you might spare us this humiliation?
I'm afraid I have no choice. We'll start with you, Professor Plum.
Oh, this ought to be good.
It says here that you were once a professor of psychiatric medicine, specializing in pathological lying lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Well, yes, but now I work in politics.
Oh, so your work has not changed. But you can't practice medicine anymore, can you? Your license has been lifted, correct?
Why? What'd he do?
You know how male doctors aren't supposed to date their lady patients?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did.
One day there will be a reckoning for men like you.
I certainly hope so.
You're disgusting.
Are you making moral judgments, Mrs. Peacock?
Well,
How then do you justify taking bribes in return for delivering Senator Peacock's votes to certain lobbyists?
my husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing sinful about that.
Not if it's publicly declared. But if you slip cash into the stall door at Old Ebbett's Grill, how would you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
When were you in that men's room?
So it is true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
But you've been paying our friend the blackmailer for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers.
Now, see,
Well,
here.
I'm willing to believe you. I, too, am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
As am I.
I'm not.
Miss Scarlett, you're not being blackmailed.
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right. But I did exactly what I'm being blackmailed for.
What did you do?
I run a non-governmental agency handling classified financial speculation.
Gambling in Washington.
Is that how you knew Colonel Mustard lived in Washington? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlett.
Well, you tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not.
Haha, double negative. So it is true.
Double negative? You mean you have photographs?
That sounds like a confession to me. In fact, this double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away, Colonel.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other
You
guests?
don't need any help from me, sir. Let's see, who's next? Mrs. White, you've been paying the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
Say what you want. I didn't kill him.
Then why were you paying the blackmailer?
Don't want another scandal, do I?
Another?
We had a very humiliating confrontation. He had threatened to kill me in public.
And now why would he want to kill you in public?
I think she meant that he had threatened in public to kill her.
Yes. It was all over the papers.
And yet, he was the one who died. Not you, Mrs. White. Not you.
He was found dead at home, unclothed. His head had been cut off, so it is, you know. But I didn't do it. I was out all evening at the movies.
Oh, really? What was showing?
The Naked Alibi.
A likely story.
But he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
Well, that was his job. He was an illusionist.
He never reappeared.
I never said he was a good illusionist.
And lastly, Mr. Green, who is a...
I don't need you to unmask me, Wadsworth. I know what you're going to say about me.
And what's that?
Mr. Green, who is a vegetarian.
Not me!
Excuse me?
You asked who is a vegetarian, and I responded with, not me!
Thank you, Colonel. But there's more to it than that, Mr. Green.
How do you mean?
There's evidence to support the question of your politics.
My politics? Since when is working for the Republican Party a crime?
You swore an oath of allegiance to the Republican Party when elected to vote for Eisenhower in the last election. That's grounds for an ousting if there ever was one, Mr. Green.
But voting records are confidential.
Everything has a price, Mr. Green.
So, there you have it.
Have what?
A crooked senator's wife, a lascivious doctor, a disloyal Republican, and so forth. Not exactly adhering to an all-American standard of behavior now, are we?
Depends on who you ask.
But if this body fellow is such a noble citizen, why doesn't he report us to the authorities himself?
And give up the opportunity to make a buck. Come now, Professor, what could be more American than that?
Apple pie.
So we're all being blackmailed by this renegade McCarthyist. Where does that leave us?
Where is this Mr. Body?
And what does he want from us?
Who cares? I'm not waiting to find out. I've done nothing wrong. I'm leaving.
Mrs. Peacock, you can stay in denial, but I'm afraid you cannot leave this house.
I am the wife of a great senator. You cannot tell me what to do. Locked!
Indeed. All the doors are locked, the windows are barred, and the grounds are patrolled by vicious dogs. There's no way out.
No, you can't do this to us! It's a false imprisonment!
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce your host for the evening and your blackmailer for life, Mr. Body.
How do you do?
Wait, but you piece of my conversation! Hey! Oh!
Pardon me.
Thank you. I studied martial arts.
There's one more piece of information that you may like to have.
What?
The police are coming in less than an hour.
The police?
Unless
What?
you agreed to double down.
And why would we do that?
Because if you don't, I'll put this briefcase containing all the evidence of your wrongdoings into the hands of the police, the press, and the House Un-American Committee. Yeah. with the right vote, those fellas can turn anyone into a commie.
Oh.
Some of you will be going to jail, and others a lifetime of shame.
That's why you brought us all here.
Unless
Unless what?
well, there is something you could do for me that would change the game. Something I can't bear to do myself.
What?
Have a seat, please.
Walter, is it all right if I sit here?
Good job. That's
Get
not
up,
a chair.
Mr. Green.
What's this about, sir?
Well, in this bag, there are 6 packages I thought our guests might find useful this evening.
Packages.
Presents, if you will. I'm a generous sort of fellow.
Oh,
Wadsworth, will you please see to it that each guest receives a package?
gladly.
Anyone want to guess as to what's in your package?
Perfume. Candy.
A rare single malt Scotch whiskey. Well, guessing game's fun. Please, open them.
A candlestick? What's this for?
A revolver?
A dagger.
A wrench.
A lead pipe?
Holy cow.
It's a rope.
Well, as you can see, in each of your hands you hold a lethal weapon. You all came here tonight because you believe the evidence against you was so terrible you would do anything to keep it a secret. I'm putting that theory to the test.
You are?
Oh, yeah. You all came here tonight, and guess what? What?
What?
Well, Mr. Wadsworth here is the... Oh, holy cow. Mr. Wadsworth is the only reason you guys, your blackmail is increasing exponentially.
Wadsworth?
Well, I wouldn't have to double your payments if I didn't have to pay Wadsworth here for silence.
Wadsworth?
That is a lie.
He may look suave and charming.
Thank you.
But really, he's conniving and manipulative.
False.
Why do you think he's called the police?
You called the police?
Only because he instructed me to do so.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can manage to get rid of Mr. Wadsworth, then I will have no need to increase your blackmail or expose you to the police.
Get rid of?
Does he mean kill him? In fact, if you can eliminate Mr. Wadsworth here,
Yes, I think that's what he means.
then I will get rid of your blackmail and be done with this terrible business once and for all.
You would never.
It's not like you're an indentured servant.
After all I've done for you, Mr. Body's a liar. I'm not a butler, I'm one of you.
Familiar refrain. Don't make a scene, Wadsworth, it's over. Now's your chance for you to get back, to get rid of your blackmail and avoid finding yourselves on the front pages, for you to kill Wadsworth now!
Oh, thank goodness.
Stand back! I'm a doctor! He's dead. I did.
So you shot him!
I did not.
Well, if you didn't, who did?
Well, someone came at me and wrestled with me, and it must have gone off in the dark.
There's no gunshot wound.
He's right, there isn't.
Look, there's a bullet lodged here.
Eagle eye, Miss Scarlet.
But if the bullet's all the way over there, then how did he die over here?
I don't know, I'm not a forensics expert.
Who did this?
Oh.
I need a drink.
Maybe he was poisoned by the brandy.
Poison!
I'm sure it's okay, Mrs. Meeko. I'm sure you're gonna be just fine.
Well, someone had to stop her screaming. Guess we'll never know what killed her.
Unless she dies too.
The screams are coming from the billiard room. Who's in there? Who's screaming? Yvette? Yvette, are you all right?
Yvette, are you alive?
Of course I'm alive, you idiot! And no thanks to you, Mr. Wadsworth. You locked us up in this house with some murderers.
So the murder is here.
We?
Where?
Well, here we are looking at him. Oh, huh.
What took you so long?
I'm an old woman who may or may not have been poisoned. It's amazing I met her. I heard you all in the study. One of you is a killer.
And how exactly did you hear us in the study?
I was listening. I have a tape recorder in the billiard room connected to the study. Monsieur Body asked me to record your conversation.
And why would he ask you to do
For
that?
more evidence, of course. Monsieur Wadsworth revealed all your secrets in the study. Now they are all recorded.
That snake. They must be destroyed. Where are the
Who
tapes?
cares about the tapes? What about the body? body!
Wait, what body?
Body!
Yvette, why were you screaming there all by yourself?
Because I was frightened. I also drink the cognac. Maybe I am poisoned too. Plus, one of you is a killer. Monsieur Body is dead.
We have to figure out which one of them did it.
What do you mean, which one of them?
Well, I didn't do it.
Well, one of you did. I would have killed him myself, but I didn't have access to a weapon.
Don't look at me. All I got was a candlestick.
Well, if it wasn't one of us, then who could it have been?
Who else could it have been?
Well, who else is in the house?
Only the cook.
The cook!
Get away!
Go, go, go!
As far as I can tell, the cook's not here.
What a lovely kitchen. My husband and I had one very similar to this in our first home. Has a very homey feel, doesn't it?
I didn't do it! Ah!
This makes two.
Two what?
Murders.
I hate murder.
I think you better explain yourself, Wadsworth.
Me?
Well, who else would want to kill the cook?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How can you make jokes at a time like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
Some defense. If I were the killer, I'd kill you next. I said if. There's only one admitted killer here. It's not me. It's Mrs. White.
I've admitted nothing.
How many husbands have you had?
1 second. 5.
5?
Yes, just a 5. Husband should be like Kleenex, soft, strong, and disposable.
Well, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who had the dagger?
It was Mrs. Peacock.
Yes, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study, any one of us could have picked it up.
I didn't stop it.
Wasn't me.
Then it must have been Mr. Green.
Where is Mr. Green?
Let him up! Let him up!
Really, Mr. Green, you ought to learn to stand up for yourself.
Oh, it's so warm. Oh God. Oh.
Gentlemen, might I suggest that we take the cook's body into the study?
And why would we do that?
Well, 2 reasons. One, if the police arrive and they find this, we'll all be in custody and under suspicion for murder. And secondly, I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy. Gentlemen, if you please.
Oh.
So gross. Not the kitchen. Oh gosh.
Oh. Suppose we should go too.
This is scarring.
Oh.
So gross.
Be sure
Warm,
to flip the cook
bloody.
over so the blood doesn't get on the ground.
Flip her over. Open up.
There's no way this place works.
The body's gone.
What are you all staring at?
Nobody. No body, Mr. Body's body. It's gone.
He wasn't really dead.
He was?
Oh, we should have made sure.
I thought I had.
Well, maybe he was dead, but someone moved him.
Why would somebody move him?
How should I know?
Oh, you'll excuse me, all this excitement. Is there a little girl's room?
Oui, oui, madame.
No, I just have to powder my nose.
There is en toilette outside the beer room.
Oh, thank you.
I don't mean to alarm any of you, but we do currently have one small issue of 2 dead bodies, one missing and one present, and the imminent arrival of the police.
The bridge is washed out from the brain. That should buy us some time.
But I don't want extra time. I want the police to arrive. I am trapped in this house with a murderer.
But once the police arrive, the rest of us are doomed.
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking that there's nobody else in this house?
No.
So there's somebody else in this house?
Sorry, I said no meaning yes.
No meaning yes.
Yes.
There seems to be some confusion about whether or not we're the only people in this house.
There isn't.
There isn't any confusion, or there isn't anybody else?
Either, both.
Just give me a clear answer. Okay. Wadsworth, is there anybody in the house? Yes or no?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Is there anybody in this house? Yes or no?
No.
Well, that's what he says, but does he know that?
Listen, we've got a killer on the loose. The missing dead body of Mr. Body. The cook has a dagger in her back, and we're in a room full of easily accessible murder weapons. We've got the rope, the revolver, the candlestick, the wrench, and hey! Where'd the lead pipe go?
Where's that coming? Who's screaming? What did you eat?
sorry.
Mrs. Peacock, where exactly did this happen?
In the bathroom, I opened the door and there he was. At first I thought he was attacking me, but then I realized he'd just been left propped against the door frame dead, just waiting to fall on someone.
Takes a lot of guts to kill someone twice.
That's what we call overkill.
But why?
What's
Why?
the difference?
Makes a difference to him.
Makes a difference to us. We need to figure out who killed him, where, and with what.
Seems like it was probably with the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor Plum.
What kind of game are you playing here, Wadsworth?
This isn't a game, Colonel.
You! The lead pipe belonged to you!
But I dropped it on my way to the kitchen.
People don't just drop murder weapons.
I didn't know it was a murder weapon when I dropped it.
Wait, so anyone could have picked it up?
Yes, anyone could have, but who did? Who did pick up the lead pipe? Who picked up the lead pipe and left Mr. Body bloody and battered in the bathroom? Who did that? Who?
Cool it, Butler. While you're losing your marbles, I'm over here trying to do something useful. Have you all forgotten about the evidence that's against us?
The evidence!
Well, it's locked.
Well, there must be a key.
Mr. Green, would you be so kind as to check Mr. Body's pockets for the key to our evidence so that we may destroy it once and for all?
Why me?
Why not?
All right. Hold on.
Where'd you get that?
I don't like germs.
Or fingerprints?
No, it's really just germs.
Careful, it could be, disease.
Oh gosh, it's so warm and bloody. Here.
Give me that. Thank you.
Ugh,
All right. Your hair. Oh, so it's upside down.
so warm. Oh.
We just did that.
All right, ready? It's empty.
Empty? Then where's all the evidence?
We must find that evidence and destroy it.
Evidence against us aside, we have an issue where there's 2 dead bodies in the study. I suggest we take the corpses and move them on the couch so they look asleep or less dead.
Yes,
Good idea.
fair enough. Gentlemen.
Plum,
Okay, fine.
help me move.
I don't want to touch them.
Yes. Careful, please.
Wow, that's morbid.
Your side up first.
Don't get guts on the ground.
Aren't
Oh,
you
up
all
on the
wrong?
couch. Up on the couch.
Oh.
Perfect, perfect.
It's mine.
She can't be that heavy.
We have one more.
Yes, give her a pillow. Give her a
Here,
pillow.
night night.
We've still got another one.
Oh, dead. Dead.
Okay, come on.
Don't.
Careful, please.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay. They just look asleep. Night night.
Forget about the bodies. We have to do something about, the killer on the loose in this room full of murder weapons.
I have an idea. Let's put the weapons in this bag.
Oh, what good will that do?
Then we'll zip up the bag.
Most murderers know how zippers work, Mr. Wadsworth.
I know that. We'll put the bag in the safe.
Perfect. Where's the safe?
In the hall. Is that everyone's weapon?
Okay.
Let's go.
Shh.
Oh my.
Okay, all
I don't see a safe.
right. Ooh, is that an original Frumble?
Those are quite valuable.
Now is not the time for art appreciation. Butler, what?
Oh, I see.
A hidden safe behind a portrait. How original.
Let's see. There. Locked.
Voila.
What do you plan on doing with that key to the safe, Wadsworth?
Oh, yes, the key.
Oh, well, let's see. I'll put it in my pocket.
But what if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
But what if you are?
Fine, I have an idea. We'll throw the key outside.
Oui, à l'extérieur.
But it's raining at l'extérieur.
Mrs. Peacock, I'm not suggesting we go outside. I'm suggesting we open the door, throw away the key, and stay inside.
Yes, but you'd have to open the door to do that, wouldn't you?
I would.
And what if the killer is outside?
Better out than in.
Yes, but if he's out there, we want to keep him there, wouldn't we? If we open the door, we risk letting the killer back in.
Well, but maybe if we open the door, we'd encourage the killer to go out.
Listen, the killer seems to be doing just fine opening and closing doors all by himself. I can't see how us opening the door for one measly little second will simply affect anything.
But what if we open the door, throw away the key, and the clerk catches it? Then the killer would have the key we're trying to confiscate.
I think we might be overthinking this. Follow me. I'm going to throw away the key.
Oh no. Backwards. Hey, go. Stop touching me. Everyone's touching me. Oh, gosh.
All right. Here we go.
Was that the killer?
He didn't look like a killer.
Takes one to know one.
Leave this to me. Interrogation is my specialty.
No.
Can't even.
How do you do?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb the household, but my car broke down and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Are you a killer?
What? No!
All right, this way, please.
Okay. Well, where is it?
What, the body?
The phone, what body?
There's no body. There's nobody.
Right. There's nobody in the study.
Nope.
I think there's a phone in the lounge. You can use that one. Follow me. Excuse me, Yvette.
Say that.
Thank you.
Right through this door. Right, everyone. I've locked them in the lounge. Now, our task is twofold. One, find the evidence. Two, find the murderer.
Well, we've got one potential suspect locked up in the lounge, but that leaves the whole rest of this house up for grabs. Who knows what's behind these doors?
I suggest we take this in proper military fashion. We split up and search the house.
Split up.
Yes, we split up into pairs. That way none of us are alone.
But then the person who's paired up with the killer will be dead.
This is war, Peacock. Casualties are inevitable. You cannot make an omelet without breaking eggs, and every cook will tell you that.
But look at what happened to the cook.
Are you willing to take that chance, Colonel?
What choice do we have?
None.
I suppose you're right.
Exactly my point. Troops, divide and conquer. I'll split us into pairs.
No. Mrs. White, you go with me. Professor Plum, you're with Mrs. Peacock. Let's see. Mr. Green, you go with Yvette. And Miss Scarlet, you're with Eenie Meenie.
Really? Really?
But again, with the person paired with the murderer, I don't want to die.
If you die, we'll remember you fondly. Now, leave no door unopened and cherish your partner. They may be the last person you ever see.
Oh, Lord.
Get out of my way.
Go. Go on, I'll be right behind you.
That's why I'm nervous.
Why? It's just us. We're alone.
That's just it, Mrs. White. No man in his right mind would ever be alone with you.
Fine. Okay, you go in there, and I'll go in here.
Fine.
Okay. Well, are you going in?
Yes, are you?
Yes. Oh,
Fine. On the count of 3. 1, 3!
there's nothing in that room.
Nothing in that room either.
So we search the ballroom.
After you.
My, this is some library.
We're supposed to be finding the evidence, Professor.
Civilized society is perpetually menaced with disintegration through this primary hostility of men towards one another.
Your fancy words don't intimidate me, Professor.
I take no credit, Miss Peacock. Freud, I think he's onto something.
Now is not the time for academic pursuits. We're supposed to be finding the evidence.
Oh, well, if you ask me, it's a fruitless search. It's not like we were going to stumble into some room and find the evidence plastered up on the wall that's going to fix everything.
I suppose you're right.
Come on, now, perhaps we'll find something exciting in an abandoned bedroom.
All right.
I'm a little nervous. I'm at that big house on the hill and I've been locked in the lounge. I didn't expect that there'd be a whole group of people here, but it seems they're having some sort of party. And the funny thing is, I think one of them is my customer. Yeah, my regular Tuesday night passenger.
Lord, you're deaf.
Oh, there you are.
Hi! You'll never believe what I found in the hallway. It's Professor Plum's stupid tobacco pipe.
What do you think this means?
Oh, that's gross. I don't know, but it's suspicious if you ask me.
Well, I just did.
Honestly, Colonel, this is the last room we have left to search in this beastly mansion, and we still haven't found any of the evidence.
I think this time has been productive nonetheless. You know, you're a brave and determined lady, Miss Scarlet. I hope after this expedition ends, we can still remain friends. I mean, really, murders aside, it's been a lovely group of people, oh no. I suppose I'd like to hear when and how Mrs. White lost a veil in that billiard room.
You found Mrs. White's veil in the billiard room? Odd.
Odd.
Odd. Oh, look! A secret passage!
Oh,
Come on, let's go!
ladies first, Miss Scarlet.
Seriously? How heroic. Oh, this is dark. I'm a little claustrophobic, I must say.
Oh, the tunnels, not again. Just like the war.
Just like the war that you say that you were in. You know, I still don't really believe that you were actually in a war.
I am a real colonel.
You know, I don't believe it, but okay.
Where are we now?
How should I know? The lights are out.
Well, turn them on.
I would if I could see anything.
Well, I'm gonna feel my way around.
Don't get any funny ideas.
Okay, fine. A table,
A telephone.
a chair,
A body.
a body. A body! Ah! Find the door!
Let us in! Let us in!
Let us out! Let us out!
We can't let you out. The door to the lounge is locked.
Ah,
Had the key, Wadsworth!
That's right. I did. I do. I don't. My keys are gone.
On.
I have an idea.
what?
There's no other alternative. I'm going to have to break down the door.
No.
Stand back. I'm a doctor.
Back, I am a
What's happening? Help!
Goodness.
I am the The door is open.
What is happening? Murder! Murder!
You can come out now.
Oh, God.
Great. Oh,
Why were you shooting at us?
open the door.
You could have killed us.
I said stand back.
Well, let's add finding the key to the lounge to our priority list.
Wait, I thought...
Say, Frenchie, where'd you get that gun anyway?
Is this safe? It was unlocked.
Unlocked?
I thought you said you threw away the safe to the key to that safe, that is.
I did say that, but I didn't do that. I got distracted when we met the motorist at the door. One of you must have snatched it from my pocket while we were searching the house.
So whoever has the key is the killer.
Precisely.
Speaking of killers, the motorist is dead.
Oh my! Which one of you killed him?
We didn't kill him. We found him together.
And he was already dead.
Right.
The door to the lounge was locked. What? How'd you get in?
There was a secret passage leading from the conservatory.
Secret passage. Who built this place?
The Parker brothers.
Oh, shoot.
Go, 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 go.
I'll hide the gun.
I'm losing.
Don't worry, it's not the police.
It's the police.
I'm going to open the door.
No, no.
It's the decent thing to do.
Open the door.
Good evening, officer. We've been expecting you.
You have.
We haven't?
I got a tip about an abandoned car near the gates of this house. Did a motorist stop by for help by any chance?
Yes, he did.
There seems to be some disagreement. At any rate, can I come in and use your phone?
Yes, absolutely. Right this way. There's a phone in the study. Oh, actually, there's a phone in the lounge. Let's go this way.
Out of order.
Officer, I believe there's a phone in the library that you could use.
You're all acting rather peculiar.
Indeed, it's because our chandelier fell down.
Oh, it almost killed me.
It could have killed us, but don't worry, the maid will be cleaning it up.
That's all well and good, but what's going on in the lounge and the study?
Oh, you know, lounging, studying.
Let me have a look.
No.
What?
This way, please.
Actually, I'd like to take a look around, if you don't mind.
Sure, officer. I'll take you on a grand tour of Body Manor. This house was built in 1784 by Lord Reginald Body.
Listen, we gotta cover our tracks and get rid of this guy.
Lord Body was declared Lord Body after somebody discovered an antibody that would save everybody. Notice the mahogany floors. Did you know that in the 17th century, the Buccaneer John something, he recorded the use of mahogany for making canoes. Can you canoe, officer?
What? Hey, where'd everybody go?
Notice the brass doorknobs crafted specifically for Lord Body by his buddy in 1788.
I don't care about your doorknobs, mister. What is going on around here, and what are you hiding in those two rooms?
Which two rooms?
The lounge and the study.
Oh, those two rooms.
Yes.
Nothing. Officer, I don't think you should go in there.
Why not?
Because it's all too shocking.
Bonjour, officer. Welcome to the party.
Excuse me.
You are excused.
Pardon me.
And good night, officer.
Good night. That wasn't all that shocking, mister. Those folks were just having a good time. Why didn't you tell me this was a party?
My apologies, officer.
I'll just take a peek in the lounge now if you don't mind.
No, please.
Excuse me?
Sir, how'd you do?
Are these men drunk?
Dead drunk.
Well,
I can't drink on the job. The chief would kill me.
killed if you do.
What?
Huh?
Have a nice evening, officer.
Same to you.
Oh, gosh. Oh, it's so warm.
Well,
Again, not again.
Officer,
not
I can explain everything.
There's no explanation necessary. There's nothing illegal about any of this.
There's not.
Of course not. This is America. And that was the pursuit of happiness. May I use your phone now?
Of course, officer. This way. The library.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, you can come out now.
Thank goodness. Oh, gosh.
I don't think science.
I don't know how you pulled that off, but you seem to.
Another dead body. Oh,
You all were surprisingly competent.
yeah, thank you, Mr.
And I won
Thank
the
you
game.
so much.
All right, now. We need to resume our search of the house. We can't have any more murders. This is starting to get dangerous. Now go.
Hello? Hello? Power outage? It must be the storm. Oh, hello, Chief. Yeah, this is, hello? You still there? Is this phone working?
Hello? Who turned out the lights? Hello? Oh, it is only you. I thought you was a killer. What is that you have in your hand? Is that a clue?
Oh, good. You can hear me. You see, I found this abandoned car and wound up in some old mansion where all the lights just went out. I'm telling you, Chief, there's something funny going on around here. They're having some sort of party, and you'll never believe who I just saw.
Oh, thank goodness the lights are back on.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, well,
Sounds like a phone is off the hook.
oh, I think it's coming from the library. The
Well,
library.
yeah, that's where the killer must be.
Oh, I'm going in.
Aren't you afraid?
Of course.
Of a fate worse than death?
No, just death.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Cop. Are you all right? Do you need some assistance? Phone book, perhaps?
Listen, Copper, the butler asked you a question. Now hang up the phone or I will. Hey. Oh!
Oh my goodness! Help! To the billiard room! The billiard room! Get me safe there! Oh my gosh! Not again!
We should be safe here.
I don't feel safe.
Can't relax. I can't relax.
Game of billiards to pass the time?
Another one bites the dust.
Oh.
Oh, great.
3 murders in 3 minutes.
That's our best record.
3 murders.
Well, 6 in total.
I hate murder.
The cop, the motorist, Yvette, the singing telegram girl, Mr. Body, and one more. Wait. Cop, the motorist, Yvette, singing telegram girl, Mr. Body, and the cook,
Oh, there's just been so many.
Oh, but who was the murderer?
Ain't that the million-dollar question?
Sometimes the most obvious answer is right under our noses. I think the best course of action would be to retrace our steps. It all started like this. At the start of the evening, there was thunder, lightning, and the dogs barked. Ding dong.
Colonel Mustard.
Ding dong, Mrs. White, who noticed Yvette. Ba 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 ba. Then Mrs. Peacock, who noticed the cook. Ba 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 ba. Then, Mr. Green, sit. No, not you, sir. Then Professor Plum and Miss Scarlet. Then, gong, dinner is served. To the dining room.
Oh.
Shark's fin soup. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Oh, my favorite. Then Mr. Body arrived, and we all went to the study.
Okay, let's go.
Coffee? Brandy?
Along.
Who's this Mr. Body, butler? How do you do? Then Mr. Body asked me to pass out the packages. Ah, snake! No, it's just a rope. Then Mr. Body switched off the lights. Now! You see, Mr. Body was dead, but not really. Really, he was alive. We just didn't know it. Then Mrs. Peacock drank his drink. Poison! Ah! Well, someone had to stop her screaming. That's when we heard... To the billiard room! But Mrs. Peacock joined late. Then Mrs. White asked, who else is in the house? To which we all replied, the cook! Who we found knifed in the back. Oh God, so gross, blood cuts, it's there. And then, excuse me, And then I suggested we take the cook's body into the study. But Body's body was gone. Excuse me. Body's body was gone. And then, and only then, the motorist arrived at the door.
Oh my goodness.
Are you a killer?
So much
And I locked them in the lounge. Dead. Then, the unexpected cop showed up. Hi, you're all acting rather peculiar. Dead.
Oh!
Then, the maid got strangled in the billiard room. Dead. Which brings us to... I am bang! And here we all are.
Magnificent, good sir.
Wadsworth. That was lovely.
Wonderful work, sir.
Impressive, Wadsworth.
Thank you.
What is it proof?
Nothing.
Well,
Enough of this. I know who the murderer is.
You do?
I do. It was Professor Plum here in the hallway with the revolver.
Liar!
We all heard the gun go off, Professor. And I found your stupid tobacco pipe here when we were searching this place. When'd you drop it, huh? When you were scoping out your next best place to kill off your next victim? I bet that singing telegram girl must have been an old patient of yours, am I right?
I've never seen that woman before in my life.
Sure.
well, the gun is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses. Whoever has the gun is the murderer.
Sorry, it's a big note.
It's right there.
Of course.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That may be so, Professor Plum. But if we're alive, officers, there's your man.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Handcuffs, Chief of Police. Professor Plum, you're coming with me.
But that's not how it happened. It happened like this.
We're listening, Professor. Who do you accuse?
It was Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench.
I never lounge.
I found your Medal of Honor out in the lounge where the motorist had been killed by a wrench to the head. And that wrench belonged to you.
That's a lie.
Well, the wrench is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses. Whoever has the wrench is the murderer.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Officers, there's your man, not a
Well
kernel
done,
of truth in
Wadsworth.
him.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Guilty verdict, Chief of Police. You're coming with me.
No, you have it all wrong. It happened like this.
We're listening, Colonel. Who do you accuse?
It was Mrs. White in the billiard room with the rope.
I'd rather die.
I found your veil in the billiard room. And I saw how you cringed when Yvette served you dinner.
This is true. I knew Yvette. She had a torn love affair with my late husband. I hated her. I hated her so much. The flames on the side of my face, breathing, heaving breaths. But just because I hated her does not mean I killed her.
Well, the rope is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Verity Hatchett, Chief of Police. Mrs. White, you're coming with me.
But it happened like this.
Again.
Who do you accuse?
Peacock in the kitchen with a dagger. I found your brother by the corpse.
Well, gentlemen, turn out your
Oh, well done, Wadsworth.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I
yes,
said.
Well, I'm saying it now. Marvin Wells, Chief of Police. Mrs. Peacock, you're coming with me.
But that's not how it happened. It happened like this.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Who do you accuse?
It was Miss Scarlet in the library with her candlestick. What?
Maximum, Chief of Police.
You can't do this to me, Wadsworth.
Frankly, Miss Scarlet, I don't give a flying buttress. But that isn't how it happened.
It happened
Like this.
We get this on time.
I know who the murderer is.
You do?
Yes. All of you. Excuse me. All of you.
Oh no!
You're all killers. Nobody move.
You can't do this to us, Wadsworth.
I'm not Wadsworth. I'm Mr. Body.
But if Body wasn't Body, then who was he?
He was Wadsworth, my butler.
What? But body bled all over me.
It wasn't Body who was bleeding.
Then who was it?
He was Wadsworth, my butler, like I said.
Wait, but if you're the real Mr. Body, then what was your point in dragging all of this out?
Well, when you started murdering people, I decided I'd roll the dice, see if you'd self-implode. Kill off my entire network of spies and informers, which all of you did splendidly, by the way. And now I have each of you on the hook for murder. Murder? Bribery for petty crimes is one thing, but murder, now that could get expensive.
But why this whole charade?
The searching of the house, the madness of retracing our steps.
It's all part of the game.
The game?
I'm relaxed now, you see. Now that you killed off everyone who has evidence against me, then I've got off scot-free.
But the police are still on their way.
What's so funny, Wadsworth?
No one's called the police.
They were
Have
never
they?
on their way.
Now listen up, you reprobates. We're going to stack the bodies in the cellar, lock the cellar door, and leave Body Manor one at a time. After that, all of you are going to forget that any of this ever happened.
I can't forget all this.
With murder on the menu, the price of blackmail just tripled.
Forgotten.
Now move!
Wait a minute, we can all rush him. He's got no bullets left in that gun.
Oh, come on. You don't think I'm going to fall for that old trick, do you?
It's not a trick. There was one shot at Mr. Body in the study. There was 2 at the chandelier, 2 at the lounge door, and 1 for the singing telegram girl.
That's not 6.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
No. There was only one shot that got the chandelier. That's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if you're right, that would be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Oh, okay, fine. 1 plus 2 plus... You know what? Shut up. The point is, there's 1 bullet left in this gun, and anyone who moves is going to get it.
So you're just gonna keep blackmailing us, and we're all supposed to pretend that this never happened?
Of course, why not?
I'll tell you why not. Larry Goodman, FBI. The jig is up.
Or is it?
Missed me.
You're FBI?
Apparently, I'm a dead
Yes,
ringer for.
Professor.
Shot me.
No,
Get up.
defense.
Apparently, I'm a dead ringer for Green. He got a letter, just like each of you, but he came to the bureau to ask for help. I came tonight in his place so we could have a sting operation.
Some sting. 6 people died on your watch.
I usually work the desk. My beat is property crime, theft, fraud. That's why I was so tickled when the real Mr. Wadsworth dropped off a whole briefcase worth of evidence last night. Talk about, all
You
right.
had the evidence this whole time?
It's all right here. Miss Scarlett's books.
Stylish.
Miss Scarlett's books containing names of customers and employees, justifying why she killed the cop who's listed here on her payroll.
Give me that. Oh, gun. Hello.
Ooh, what's next? Ooh, a love letter addressed to Professor Plum.
That is private property. Okay.
That singing telegram girl was the teenage daughter of the head of you-know-who, who would have come clean to Daddy, who would have cleaned out Professor Plum here, so you killed her. And these negatives, and these negatives, these negatives, Colonel. Quite the regular at Miss Scarlett's establishment, wouldn't you say? Bet you couldn't be a colonel anymore if the motorist had told your general where he took you every Tuesday night.
I just love to play cards every night.
And shark's fin soup indeed, Mrs. Peacock. Too bad your old cook couldn't keep quiet. If she hadn't blabbed about your briberies, maybe you wouldn't have killed her. Just outside the billiard room before joining us. Now we know it really took you so long.
Circumstantial evidence will never hold in a court of
It
law.
might not, but this notarized record from the cook will.
Ooh.
Mrs. White, you weren't lying. You really did hate Yvette, didn't you? Okay, we get it. Here is a vial containing fingerprints found at the scenes of your previous 2 murders.
I never murdered
Fingerprints! I'm sure the FBI will be able to match those found on the noose tied around Yvette's neck.
I wore gloves.
Oh, you mean these gloves?
You...
And last but certainly not least, Mr. Bobby Body here.
It's Robert.
Now, you didn't hate Yvette at all, did you?
What's it to you?
illicit green card love affair is the icing on the cake of this FBI file. An FBI file on your entire body family. Your butler, the real Wadsworth, has been feeding us information for months. Talk about a real American.
You know he was British,
Ugh,
right?
you know what I mean. I see why you'd want to kill him. Twice. Your shot missed him in the study, but he wisely played dead. Wasn't until you caught him trying to escape that you bludgeoned him to death with the lead pipe that I dropped on my way to the kitchen.
I mean, really, who drops them?
I didn't know it wasn't. Ugh. The point is, the Body family has been wanted for organized crime for generations, and they've always eluded the law. Until now. Tonight, this body business has come to a dead end.
You leave my family out of this. Larry, hold me, Larry.
Defensive positions, Wadsworth.
Second wind! My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, yeah, no, there it is. Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Stand back! He's dead.
Oh my gosh!
Though your heart is aching, smile even though it's breaking.
Well, that was one of the most exciting nights I've had in a long time. Officers! Here are the criminals you've been looking for, and you'll find the recordings of their confessions in the billiards room.
All right, who done it?
They all did it! But, as for who killed Mr. Body here, it was me, Special Agent Larry Goodman in the hall with my gun.
Well done, Goodman.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Officers, take him away. I'm gonna go home and cook me and my wife a nice, juicy steak dinner.
Good job, buddy. Good job, Cook. Yeah, Wadsworth! I'm your biggest fan! Defensive positions indeed! Yes, those guys. Mr. Ware! Your pipe.
Thank you for coming.
Good job, cop.